Big political news this week in the UK with the death of Norman Tebbit. I can see him now on his bike heading to hell to be with Margaret Thatcher. Doctors are talking about striking again, and we're getting the usual suspects saying they're holding the NHS to ransom. Funny how no one ever says millionaires are holding the country to ransom when they say they'll leave if we tax them fairly. The Post Office inquiry has yet again shown how disgracefully the postmasters were treated, but I haven't heard the usual punishment should fit the crime eye for an eye brigade, calling for people who are in charge to be prosecuted, jailed, hounded and driven to suicide. A former judge has suggested that to help with prison overcrowding, people should be able to buy their way out, which would only benefit the richest again. Is that the two-tier justice we've heard so much about? Kemi Badenoch has said foreign nationals should be barred from claiming disability and sickness benefits, but didn't actually define what she meant by the term. Music's a frog-faced fascist fucker Farage, and if you're wondering why I call him that, just remember that nasty Germany blamed Jews for everything, persecuted the disabled and homosexuals, and banned books they didn't agree with. Reform UK blames immigrants for everything. Their Kent Council wants to cut help for the disabled. Farage has said he's against same-sex marriage, and their councils are banning books they don't agree with. Just saying. And speaking of targeting disabled people, the latest right-wing outrage is that some people with mobility vehicles don't even need them adapted, effectively saying they don't need or deserve them. This conveniently forgets a lot of people use payments like PIP to pay for them, so they can shop, get to an appointment, even, God forbid, have a social life. To criticise them in this way shows they're thought of as second-class citizens who don't deserve as normal life as possible. That's one step away from eugenics that Farage's hero Churchill was a believer in, and it'll only be a matter of time before reformers spat in this shit. I'll give it 3 months from them winning an election if that sad occasion ever comes to pass. We've also heard that hosepipe bans will be coming in some areas of the UK, and possibly of high water prices during heat waves, due to water company bosses and shareholders milking the profits while they didn't bother with improving the infrastructure with, I don't know, maybe reservoirs. So while everyone's sweating, we pay more for the privilege. I say everyone, obviously Prince Andrew won't be. Some bad news, the Labour government has blocked the Hillsborough law that included a legal responsibility for public servants to tell the truth after such events, something that should go without saying or was promised before the election. Some good news, the Labour government has overturned a Tory measure and banned a pesticide that harms bees and butterflies. You might have noticed more of them around this year. But the highlight of the week, in which Reform have said they're loosening their vetting criteria. Bloody hell, any looser than they allowed in convicted criminal. Oh, too late. Lee Anderson stood up in Parliament and said with a straight face, Reform don't do dog whistle politics. I'm off to listen to The Joker by Steve Miliband, because he is, and Reform are. If you enjoyed this video, a like or share would be appreciated. Want to see more? Why not subscribe? Comments welcome.